So with the Porunga Dragon Ball announcement, I actually had a lot of people ask me, who should I get for the character? There's a ton of choices, and I'm sure people will gravitate towards like a grouping of 10. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about every single character that should be available within the time frame that they gave us, which is from March of 2024 all the way to December of 2024, plus all 6 of the brand new anniversary LRs. So we're going to be talking about every single one of these characters, whether they're, a good pick, not a character you should pick, and we'll be talking about why for every one of them. Just because why not cover, every character just for the specific situation that what if you're the one person that has everyone but Slug? What are you going to do, right? So that's why I want to go ahead and cover all avenues here. But let me know if you guys have any further questions in the comment section below beyond what I cover, and I'll try to follow up when I can, or maybe someone in the community will. But let's go ahead and hop right into things. We have, again, our 5 different tiers. Must-haves, which are characters that you absolutely need to make sure you have. Really good pick. This is a good character pick, but I would not prioritize them over the top tier. Decent or a good pick just in general, a decent pick, and then do not pick, right? I think that's all pretty self-explanatory, but I think we're gonna start off and fill out the must-haves, as I think in comparison to the rest of the characters on the list, and in comparison to how rare these characters will appear, I feel like these characters are the ones that you need to make sure you absolutely get if you do not already own them, and that is both of the Gogeta and Vegeta fusions. But I also would put Tech LR Broly in this tier as well as a must-have character. Now, I think the fusions are self-explanatory in the fact that they pretty easily rule over the game. I think that these guys are having the best leader skills in the game, probably. I mean, maybe Vegeta not as good, but Vegeta's leader skill is still quite powerful. This is definitely like the best leader skill in the game, considering the buffs and the roster of characters that are available. These are both these characters providing support and everything like that, but it's really Super Vegito and Super Gogeta. I'm pretty sure they're going to be designed around the hardest fights in the game that are coming out in about a day or two. Should be the red zone fights. And even a Gogeta in the shorter battle hardened formidable foes content, this guy is incredible in that fight with the Ghost Usher. Really insane character just by his own right. And same, I really like the base form cards of these other 2 characters, right? But once you get these guys out, it's GG for the boss. Like they can't win. I was like, they lose. It's just a loss button, or it's a win button for you, but it's a loss button for the boss, right? No. There's nothing really to explain about them. They're just doing everything. This guy's nullifies negative effects. This guy has the target skill plus all the different counters and everything like that. Guaranteed critting, doing 1 billion damage. This guy has mega support buffs with his active skill. It's just craziness. Again, but I think that's a very obvious answer. Now, to some people who may be newer to the game, maybe they joined during this anniversary, they hear a lot of people talking about this Tech Broly. This Tech Broly is one of the most consistent characters in the game as a slot 1 character, and that is really important, very important, and especially right now with the new teams. This Broly fits multiple of these new teams that are out. He fits, of course, the 2 main Dokkan Festival teams. He does fit the Super Saiyan 2 Gohan team as well on the full power category. If you take a look here there, he's going to be useful on Uncontrollable Power, another very strong team right now. He's just a great character you could throw on a bunch of different setups. Now, the reason why he's so good is because he has guard plus really high damage reduction. In his base form, he has 90% reduction plus the guard ability, which means that he takes 0 damage. He's also supporting. And when he transforms for the first few turns, he has 76% reduction in guard. Just as a way to compare, I think the baseline that we see a lot of characters have is guard and 60% reduction as oh yeah, this is a comfortable slot 1 character. Usually guard and 60% reduction is what we see, but this guy has 16% extra, which again makes quite a huge difference plus the amount of everything else he's doing. He's a good leader in his own right for the movie bosses team. Definitely could be like a better team, but it's not like a bad team in any means. Um, this guy's incredible. That's even pretty decent damage, honestly. And I think the thing is that these two characters aren't really slot 1 early on until like you get the fusions out. This guy will be a slot 1 version here very, very well for you. Unfortunately, Beast Gohan is on this list. He would actually also fit this must-haves list. And I think, you know, besides these three, there's not another character on this list that I feel like is really not replaceable in terms of their power and the overall value that they're providing to the game, right? Could you maybe make an argument? Yes. I think, for example, we'll bring up Inch Broly since we're already talking about this, you know. And another thing is that this guy is technically available with coins right now, and same with this guy, but I still feel like this guy's value is way too high, right? Even though you could grab him with carnival coins, the next time he returns is probably the next worldwide, and then these guys are gonna also return in like a 6 to 7 month time frame. Well, actually, more like during the July 7th, so that's closer to like 5-ish months still, but this guy is going to be returning in like 7-ish months. Like, these characters aren't going to return very often. Same with this Int Broly, but I don't think I'm going to put him in a must-have pick, just because unlike Tech Broly, this guy is pretty much stuck to his own team, but that team is very oppressive, right? You have a bunch of these EZA, very old characters that are really good. Tech Broly himself, if you have him, is very good. And if you do have the option to run uncontrollable power, you know, with a lot of the great characters, it's arguably like still on par with these two characters' leader skills, right? Like, I would say I like running this guy's team more than pretty much any of the other Anniversary Lars teams easily. I think for sure this uncontrollable power team is absolutely insane. And I feel like it's just going to continue to get more characters, man. So, I mean, keep a lookout there. It's, like, you know, a character that might get an EZA within the next few months is these guys. They're a Ghost Usher character, right? And that'll let them delay the enemy's targeted attack for one turn. They will fit in Broly's team, and, you know, I think their EZ is probably just going to be good by nature just because of what they're able to do already. So, like, that's really, really cool too. So, I think this guy is a good, really good pick. I just feel like by nature, it's a thing of he is stuck to that one team specifically. I think from here, we could talk about the other 4 anniversary characters. I'm going to put Super Saiyan 3 that transforms into Super Saiyan 4 Goku as a really good pick as well. I think this is a character that you could very easily throw on any setup. You could have this guy even like as a somewhat slot 1 character if you really have to, with the 70% chance to dodge. He could definitely help out there. But I think really the best thing about this character is his transformation to Great Ape and Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This can count as a team protector ability and get rid of the enemy's super attack whilst he's invincible for the turn. So then when you enter back and he's Super Saiyan 4 Goku, if the enemy already did their super attack for the turn, they can't do it again, of course. This guy's providing huge damage reduction support. This is going to benefit the Year 7 EZAs. This is going to benefit Tech LR Grade 8 Vegeta. This benefits a lot of the actual, I guess Blue Evolution Vegeta is benefited by this. The Super Saiyan 2 Gohan is benefited by this, right? A lot of these, different characters that will be upcoming on EZAs. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, another character if you get them on the same team. Like, this character providing so much of that supportive ability. Plus, he has this heal here. It's very easy to use him. He does really good damage output himself even. Like, this guy's incredible. He's just all around a good, simple unit to use, and he will benefit your account very, very much so. Now, Blue Evolution Vegeta, I'm actually gonna probably put him, we'll say good pick for now, just because not necessarily his performance. I think his performance is still good. Like, this guy is still a good character. He's not as good as some of the other anniversary characters, that's for sure, but I think, again, with the virtue of him not returning probably until the worldwide celebration for a very long time, if you really like this guy, I think it's not a bad idea to go ahead and grab him. even at 55%, you know, you could eventually get this guaranteed crit here. You do need a bit of RNG with him, but I think things could work out pretty well. He's not restricted to Universe Survival Saga. You could use him on, let's say, I think pretty much both of the Vegito and the Gogeta team, and he would get his unit super attack from these guys before they fuse, which, you know, would allow him to get his attack stacks, which, you know, makes his damage increase by a bit. I don't think it's the biggest deal that he gets that or not, but yeah. If you get good luck with this guy, he could look very impressive, though. That's for sure. Like, this is so good a character. Rainbow Orb changing is always going to be just a useful tool, especially on this guy's team. I think there's a lot of characters that would like the Rainbow Orb changing. So, all in all, I like this guy. I think he is going to be able to work out just fine there. So, I think he's a good pick overall, considering that he's not going to be available with coins, you know, anytime soon. I might move him up, but we might change things a little. I think I like Super Saiyan 2 Gohan as a really good pick. The more I use this card, the more I like him. He's, again, very simple, straightforward. These restrictions are not really too bad, especially if you have like a character like Beast Gohan, the Brolys, all these other characters, right, that fit full power. I mean, if you take a look at this team, the Anniversary Lars are here. If you really like Namagoku, this Vegeta, this Gohan, Tech Broly, Beast Gohan, Blue Evolution right there. Just a lot of these characters that are actually really good in the game are available. This guy on his active skill turn hits really hard. I think he's a very straightforward character. Not a slot 1, unfortunately. I mean, if you have to, you could risk it, and he might be fine, but, you know, we have to wait and see for that specifically. But I think Gohan is actually going to be a overall good pick, or a really good pick, honestly. And again, as an anniversary character, he's not going to be returning for quite some time. Again, like I said, next worldwide is like September range, so unless you're fine with waiting until September, if you really want this guy, I think he's definitely a worthwhile option. Now, we'll move on to the final anniversary character, Goku Frieza. And I do still think I would put them in good pick. This character, again, is a character that's not returning for a while. I think a lot of people don't like this character, and I understand why. It could be a little finicky with the damage reduction here, but they are providing quite a bit in the Battle Hardened Formidable Foes event. This early on 2-turn support could be really, really useful. The actual stun and attack lowering here, the great chance to stun, I've had that work out very well for me in those stages that can be stunned. Basically, you know, you land this, the next turn is basically like has a Ghost Usher effect. Lowers attack right there. I think if you get these guys, once you get these guys under the 77% HP threshold, man, they look very impressive. I would say in the red zone stages, definitely will be a little worse because those stages build up over time rather than, you know, potentially being strong instantly. And if it's a thing where this guy takes a super attack above this HP threshold, they will likely die, right? You know, that's something that we cannot ignore. That's why this character is not like on this tier. But I think, you know, this character has a really good leader skill. Once you get Goku out, Goku's quite good. He has the 77% heal in his back pocket. He could work as a slot 1 character. He is, you know, especially post super attack, if you decide to keep him a slot 2 or slot 3, he's very hard to kill, right? And like I mentioned earlier, 59% reduction plus guard, that's pretty much the same as 60% reduction plus guard. He has Rainbow Orb changing on his active skill, which, you know, for that turn will be, where is the active skill? I can't find it. It's right here. That could be very useful. And then that's where the heal is. Overall, I think this Goku is really good, and I think the Frieza is kind of underpowered. I could see the argument of the Frieza being worse than Evolution Blue Vegeta, but then the Goku being better, and then that kind of evens out overall, right? So again, I'm gonna go ahead and say like this. I think this is what I'm thinking. But yeah, I think this is fair right here for this Frieza, and I think if you're a fan of how this character is working, they are definitely an option that can help you a lot in the Battle Hardened Formidable Foes fights. So there that is. Now we'll be talking about the rest of these characters that have basically released throughout the year, and I guess going in order, these next few characters may not need as much focus on them, and there's, you know, a good reason why, but that is because of the coin system. Except for this guy, maybe. I mean, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, I'm gonna put him in a really good pick. I think the thing about this character, he is a character that just came out in December, and usually these December carnival characters return on the July Carnival character banner, right? Which, you know, we don't know who that's gonna be, but that's basically where the LR Jiren time slot was on GP. And that is in a few months at this point, man. You're still gonna be waiting quite a while. And for how impactful I feel like this guy is on both, especially the Gogeta team, I think this guy works really well there, but he's very impactful on this guy's team too. I think that this guy's a low-key a really strong choice, man. The Rainbow Orb changing, the really nice amount of damage reduction, the Ki Blast super attack counter, right? There's been so many Ki Blast super attacks that helps this guy quite a bit. His stats just in general are just super high, right? He's doing a lot of damage, and once you use this active skill for that turn, he is incredibly tanky, man. He's so easy to use, so free. Like, this guy is incredible. He's actually probably going to be my pick because I actually do not have this guy. So even at 55%, man, this guy will be such a huge asset to this team. Again, especially the Gogeta team where he's on the 220%, man. If you like have all these characters and then you're like, I want Gotenks. Like, I'm not like, yeah, Gotenks is great, man. Now, Diamond Goku and Gloria. I'm gonna go ahead and put both of them in. Like, okay, the issue with Diamond Goku and Gloria is not their kits, but with how much they're gonna return and how fast they're going to return. These two characters are going to return during the April Dual Dokkan Festival, which is in literally 2 months. Basically, April 24th through the 26th, that's when they're going to return. But then they're also going to return during the worldwide celebration, which, you know, would be in August, at the end of August through September. So they're going to be returning multiple times already within like the next 4 to 6 months, right? Compared to like all these anniversary characters. And although they're really strong, especially Glorio, man, Diamond Goku is such a useful slot 1 character. I just feel like I had to put him in decent pick just because of how rare they are. I'll put them in a good pick still, actually, because they're still very powerful. But for these two, they're returning very quickly, so that's why that's kind of like an asterisk. Just because I don't want to put them in like decent pick because it feels wrong because they are very oppressive. I mean, I would choose to use these two over these two in terms of their kits. But yeah, in terms of how rare they are and being like your choice, they're not very rare. They're going to return quite often as these like TUR Dual Dokkan Fest characters. So pick your poison, I guess, there. Buhan, I'm going to put it in overall decent pick. This is just a normal Dokkan Festival TUR. And whilst he's really good, he does want a very specific setup with power absorption. Again, I find this guy, like, personally, I use him very usefully in, like, a lot of these showcases, a lot of these, like, Majin Buu teams. But is he needed? No. You could pretty much run all these Majin Buu characters on uncontrollable power. Transformation boost is very nice, but you could... There's a lot of different setups for these Majin power kind of characters. Demonic power is another option, where it's like, this guy is not really necessary. And he's probably going to be returning within the next, like maybe 2 to 3 months ish on the next banner. Like, let's take a look here. Actually, at these banners real quick. Just 1 second, so I could show y'all. Right, these banners. Who was the last character that returned on? I think it was literally his banner himself. So we had AGL Frieza, and actually we had Roshi return here. So Roshi, after Roshi, it would be Scouter Vegeta, Slug, and then this guy, like, yeah, but then next, like, basically this guy will return probably for around the April Dokkan Fest or the May Dokkan Fest, and he's just gonna be on like these banners that'll be honestly very easy to get him because every third multi is a guaranteed featured character. So if you summon there, and they can throw him on any banner they want to. Again, I don't think that this character is like on the level of like these two either. Realistically, I like these two a lot better because of this guy's restriction too. We'll go ahead and put Slug there as well. I think Slug is a character, he's gonna return even sooner than Buhan. And while Slug is really good, we do have better demonic power characters, and he does really want to rerun. Okay, where is this guy Slug on global, man? Oh my goodness, everything is all mixed up in global, I feel like. Well, actually no, actually everything was the same at that point. Never mind, I'm kind of stupid. Like, this guy is a good leader, but You have Tech Broly for movie bosses. Inhuman Deeds could definitely use like, you know, him as a leader for sure, but you could just run Tech Broly as your leader, right? Again. And Demonic Power, you have Glorio as well. If I was gonna say, oh, you want a Demonic Power leader, you pick Glorio over Slug pretty easily. Like it's really a thing of like, it's not, Slug's good. It's just like, why would you not pick Glorio? You know, does that make sense? I mean, if you want to pick Slug for Glorio's team, yeah. Let's go into the argument. You have all these characters and Glorio, and then you're like, I really want Slug. Sure, I think sure, but I feel like a lot of people might not have all these characters. And again, he's like a decent pick, right? I think that there are just better options. Even like, I always think that getting a new character most of the time is better. But like, if it's like between 69% Vegeta or Slug, I think that's, I would like, maybe 69% Vegeta would be a better option for you, right? This guy's quite good though. Like he's goated, even at free dupe, man. I think he'll be able to cook for you. So if you do want to get him, I mean, hey, I actually would say he's probably a better pick than Buhan, honestly, just overall. Buhan in his best setup is a better character, but I think Slug will just be, I end up using Slug more, right? Is kind of how I think things turn out for me. Don't pick these, don't pick this guy, don't pick Roshi. I mean, just very quick. Roshi, he is a character that could make other characters look nice and silly and fun, but Roshi is not really that great overall. Like, he has the 50% reduction, slot 3. Like, he's not terrible, but I just feel like his stats aren't necessarily that high enough, and he's really there, like, to juice characters, right? Like UI Goku's, for example. Like, he's kind of a juicer character. Scout or Vegeta might be one of the worst design units, like in the past few years. This is stupid. And then his stats are just too low, and he's kind of like leader skills kind of mid. I just don't see why you would grab him. Gohan and Piccolo, I'm sorry, like I would say get a dupe of the anniversary characters over Gohan Piccolo easily. Like these characters, they want to rerun a Namek Saga or a Namekians, bro. That team, those teams are bad right now. Like you can't. I'm sorry. No. Now we get to worldwide here. I actually do think that this guy does fit. Really good picks. Just because of their rarity and how good they are. I would say I think this guy is still better than these two. Nah, not Glorio. It's like a similar range-ish. I feel like Glorio would use better over this guy, but this guy's much more rare. Especially with Carnival Coins. Like, Carnival Coins, at this point, people may have built up a lot, but people are going to be summoning a lot in Dokkan Fest. So, this Gohan, very powerful. I don't really think I have to spend too much time on him. Turn 1 could be a little weak, but once you get the standby out, he's invincible. And whilst this may not one-shot every boss anymore, it still does quite a ton of damage. So, I think this guy overall would be useful. The Super Saiyan Goku, he's kind of also like, they're kind of like a juicer character with like Roshi, but except they're in a much stronger spot defensively. They have a much better leader skill. They're on a lot of these anniversary teams, and you know, I think they could work quite effectively. I like them still. I think they're both good characters, so I think like this works for me. Jiren, honestly, Jiren low-key is a really good pick. Like, Jiren's actually really good. Yeah, no, I mean, the thing about Jiren, man, is that turn 1, again, like, he's mediocre, kind of like STR Gohan, but then you get Jiren's standby out. Where is Jiren, bro? Is he in here? Yeah, he's right here. Oh my goodness, dude, global. Like, his leader goes fine, I guess, but I mean, standby Jiren is, I just keep finding so much use for him. The more I use him, the more I like him, actually. He's actually on like a lot of these anniversary teams too. Full Power, he's on the Battle of Fate team, he's on the Universe Survival Saga team right here. I just find myself using this guy a lot, man, across all these different teams. He's very useful right now. If you do place him in the second or third slot, he gives 70% support for 2 turns, which is really good. He has the orb changing. He also gives all S3 key, which is nice, but he can get up to 100% reduction, like with just 5 key spheres. Even with 4 key spheres, he's at 94% damage reduction. So, I mean, you probably hear my chair creaking. My bad, y'all. No, I mean, yeah. I need to get a new chair chat. Oh my goodness. Okay. Jiren, man, is a monster. Tech UI. I don't know. Okay, I think I'll put him in good pick too. But he's not a common character to return. But he's gonna return in a month and be ready with coins. He's returning in exactly a month. Because of the fact that he's returning in a month, I would honestly say, like, don't grab him. He's a good pick, but probably don't grab him. I feel like a lot of people are going to end up summoning on Saiyan Day. Saiyan Day's usually like a pretty popular character that people have been asking for a while. So I think that, grabbing this guy might not be the smartest choice if you're going to summon on that banner. And then you could also grab him with coins by then if you wanted to. We could probably close this tab now, by the way. Yeah, no, I would not grab that Tech UI Goku. Realistically, I mean, if you really want to be like, I'm such idol, want Tech UI Goku. He's the last slot I need to complete my team. Sure, I think that works, but there's quite a bit of better options and a lot more options that aren't going to return nearly as often, right? So think about that. Next, we got LR Cell Max. I'm gonna say decent pick, actually. He's not like, well, let me make sure I double check his. Actually, I had to probably search him up. Actually, we can do this. We can go to Super Bosses. Super Bosses is bad. Yeah. Clicking on Cell Max. He could be around at movie bosses. But like at this, but I was like, nah, I might say he on it when you have him set up, he's good. I'll leave him a decent pick, just because he could still look good. But I mean, oh, these restrictions, man. That's so sad. It's just he is gonna release. I mean, Waxy, okay. The trifecta here, huh? They do fit that. He's not on transformation boost though. Dang. But uncontrollable power. Battle of Fate won't fit those characters though. Yeah, I'll leave him there. He does have the target skill, which if you are able to get it on turn 4, will be very powerful. I mean, if we got an artificial life forms leader, this guy actually could be a really good team. With these with Buhan here, these three, and then we got maybe a Cell artificial life forms leader, yeah, or Baby even would work, and then the Cell Max would get his target skill on turn 4. Yeah, I think we'll leave him there. Definitely not like he's better than these guys for sure. Don't grab Rose, don't grab Ultimate Gohan. I mean, don't grab Ginyu. Like, these guys are very niche good. These guys are restricted, terrible teams. This guy is like super boss restriction, quote unquote. This guy is super boss restriction. This is probably the worst character. Like I hate him. Ginyu was definitely worse, but like this guy's restricted to special pose. Do not get this guy. Don't. Ultimate Gohan. No. These two characters are useful, but they will be returning during Golden Week. They return during Worldwide. Are they not on the current anniversary banners, like, as I'm speaking? Like, am I crazy? I'm pretty sure they are, right? Let's take a look at this banner. In boost here, right? Oh no, they're all LRs. Okay, never mind. They just returned on the Golden Week banners. Or, God, chat, I'm so stupid. They just returned on the New Year's banners, but they should also return on Golden Week. If we go back to Golden Week on our page, not 78. Goodness, dude, blast to the past. Into future Gohan. Oh my God, that guy came out such a long time ago. Goodness, man, I'm a Dokkan Unk. I remember summoning on that banner. Tech UI. No, we still gotta go a little farther back. And then about right here. Actually, I just skipped past and boo. I mean, okay, so last week's Golden units, or the last year Golden Week units before this one was Junior. Yeah, so these guys will return on Golden Week as well. So I'm gonna say still good picks just because of how good they are, but Like they're returning soon. So yeah, yeah. Topo, I'm gonna say you decent pick. You're gonna return the same day probably. No, no. Yeah. But oh my god. Okay, let me change this. Good pick, but returning soon. But for some, they are returning soon. That's very bloated with how the text is, but whatever. Maybe if I do this like that. Oh god, this looks messy, chat. Like whatever. We're gonna end the video here. I think this is what I'm thinking. No. Okay, I like this. Yeah. There we go. I got it looking good, chat. Okay. Break it down. Must-haves. Really good. Again, for these 5, they're returning like very often during the year. These 2 won't, but they're not as good as these characters, I think. These characters are just decent picks. Like if you have everyone else and you just want one of them, knock yourself out. Don't pick these guys. Even if you don't have them, don't pick them. Even if you have everyone and you have no one else, don't pick them. Like you have to have everyone here rainbowed, and then you want one of these guys. Yeah, I think that seems fair. Like I would grab like 90% for this guy over physical rose. Oh yeah, okay. Thanks all for watching. I hope this helped. Again, if you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.